Please, you can ask, can proceed. Thank you.
So, for example, now when I'm designing on an artboard and I'm making components on those artboard, then I'm trying to use the components in several screens of my design.
Yeah.
So when I try and move that component to another page, I create another page like a components page, and I place those components in the components page. I found out that most of my interactions leave because I make the interactions with the master component.
Yes.
So in case if I want to change it, I can easily, if I change the interactions I make in the master component, it will affect the child component as well.
Yes,
so when I move my component to a new component page, I lose the interaction I've made to the master component because it's on a new page. I don't know if you understand my questions.
I understand what you're saying. Of course, we've all experienced the same thing. So I don't know, the last guys that asked those questions, Color Johnson, I don't know. So I don't know if they're here before I answer the question. So they should just raise your hand if you asked question in the last class, so I can answer them now why you are here. Okay. So Tosin, I completely understand what you're talking about. So what I usually do is that, so you are working with a master component or master, whatever it is, the one that is in the, so we have two components or three, let's say three. We have the one in the component library for assets where you can copy, just like we are seeing on the screen, right? This is where you are getting all your, where you are keeping or saving your components. Do you understand? And then you have, this is the component library, right? That's the first one. That's where all the components most likely will be, right? The ones you create independently outside the project, or before the project, or after the project, or the ones you moved completely from wherever you're designing from, you moved it to this new to this file. That's the first type of component. Then the second type of component is the one you actually did while designing, and maybe while you're trying to arrange your pages, make it look very, very clean. You're trying to have a sort of like different pages. You now move to those components to the one you titled components, something like that. You move them. Obviously, you're going to lose all the interaction you must have set up, right? So, and then we have the last one, which is this one. I want to just show you the trick. So this is how you go about it. Let me look for a design. Yes, this is a main component. Can you see my screen? Just type if you want to talk for now. So so this is my component. This is my all my stuffs are here. I'm moving this. I'm going to pull this here, right? So what you should do now is that just create an instance. So this is going to be your new component. You understand? Then you can move this one, can cut it and put it in wherever, maybe your component library, something like that. The one you're talking about where you move stuff, right? This is where you moved your main component. So this is now your new component. So you can turn this to another component so that I can do your editing, right? So that when you update this one takes the update. And at the same time, this one feeds the rest of the component. This is how you do it that way. Or you copy this one, right? You copy it, obviously, like, sorry, I copy, that's Ctrl+C. Sorry, this one. You copy it, then you edit, select all with the same instance, which is all that is here. You can see, and you paste to replace. So everything that is, anytime you make an update, you make a new prototype, you make a new flow, or you make a new whatever, you just copy, you mark all again, you select all with the same instance, and you copy to replace again. You understand what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I do. You probably might see another way some people do theirs. Understand? So that's what I do. So because I don't want to create too many components, like I would have said you should turn this one again to a component, but that wouldn't make sense. So what I would do is just take this guy, okay, as your chief component, copy it, then select all instances and copy to replace all of them, or paste to replace all of them. Understand? So that's one way that you can do it. So some other people might have their own style. I just hope you understand what I'm saying. So the other guy that asked that when I want to create a component, should I create for general use? You can actually you can do the two. For example, Ilta is my standard for any component library I want to do in this life. So I'll just go to my file, which is this one. I'm going to copy it. This one. So this is one of my most robust component libraries alongside the one of Cassava. Well, Cassava is not mine. It's a company's property, so I don't really touch it. You understand? So this one is for me. So this one has to be as solid as possible, as clean, as robust as possible. And I'll copy it, I'll duplicate it, give the new project I want to do. Once I do that, I'll now start tweaking the buttons, all those things. I'll tweak it over there. Okay, because when you copy this component and you start adjusting it in the other duplicate, right? The way you can basically like they are now is now an independent product or independent file. It's no more taking updates from this guy anymore. You understand? So basically, it's taking updates from that file that you must have duplicated. So I will now tweak the buttons. I can now obviously component. You can redesign the buttons. You can redesign the text style to fit into the brand that you're now working with. You understand? So that is one type. The second one is that you can use, people don't use this thing and it's very annoying. You can use community. Is the sweetest way to me, is the most, is the one of the best things that I would recommend. I always recommend, don't design things from scratch when you don't have the time. You understand? Go and copy what people have done. It's the same thing as duplicating a robust component like this one that I was trying to explain the other time. Just go over to community and get a design system. Just search for anyone, get a design system, duplicate it, and restructure it to fit into your project. Understand? So you don't have to be repeating things. You don't have to be, so because one of the qualities of a good designer is speed. Okay, you don't have that time. If you know you don't have the time, do it that way. You understand? You can use community. Just find it. There's so many design systems there. In fact, I have two that I used to teach my students, like the best samples that I can give out. So just go over there, duplicate it. Although I have not used any from here, but there are some calendar, Pogu, checkmark, checks, avatar states, all those things. Some of them are from design libraries. I'm sorry, from community. I don't have to design from scratch. I can just copy it, put it in my own, tweak it into my own style. I'm done. So you need to be very fast, some of these things. And that way is that some people actually sell design kits. I say skits, design kits. Untitled.io, all those guys, they sell it so that you have your own like authentic design system that you'll be using. Okay, so yeah, if you notice that there are so many design systems I've done over the past 2 years, I can just pick randomly from any of them because I'm the one that designed this. I know how to tweak my things. So yeah, but it's very, very important. If you've never ever done it before, learn to do it. Don't just be copying things up and down. Learn it, understand it, then you can start having duplicates of it. So the next one is organized file pages. So I kind of like, I like this one that so let me close this. So this this particular one is a very, very important stuff that I wish I knew 2 years ago. And what do we do here? So this is a platform that I designed, and because of a startup, they used to do changes a lot. So they have different flows, different everything. So what I did is that anytime you ask me to design, Damola, come and change something, or there's a new flow, I'll just duplicate the page. I'm not going to delete it, and I'm not going to edit on the history or the current file. So what I do is that I duplicate it. I can give it some sort of name. For example, I call this onboarding 1. So these two, they've expired. They're not using this two. This is the recent one and the most approved one, or the recently approved one. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to update. If they say they want to change something else, I'm going to duplicate it again, change it to onboarding 4, or call it latest or whatever. And I'm going to, so you don't delete things, don't update directly on file. I can tell you so many sad stories where me and clients have to really, really fight because, Oga, you told me to go this route. Why are you telling me to go again? You want to change it again? Please. Oga, I can't do this anymore. You understand? So you need to actually find a way to make things easier for you. I notice clients don't like that ranting that you most likely be doing, or making complaints that, Oga, you told me now, why are you disturbing me? A client likes when they say, do like this, and you did it. You understand? You were very, very straightforward about it. It makes you look very professional. And that's because of you personally have avoided stress for yourself. You know human beings, you know how human beings function. You know that they are not reliable. So any time I'm about to work for this guy, because I know the kind of human being he is, I'm going to be duplicating things. You understand? I'm not going to be like too drastic on making decisions directly on the files that he has signed off last week. And now this week is coming up to another thing. So let me duplicate it so that when he wants to go back and say, we went back to the users, they said they prefer the design we did last time. Okay, you like it? Let me recopy the link for you and copy it and give you. Understand? So it reduces the. Can you hear me? Some people are saying there's no sound. Please, if you can hear me, if others can hear me, please just type I can hear. Okay. So it reduces a lot of back and forth, and it doesn't make you unprofessional. It doesn't make you someone who rants or complain. People don't like who complain. So I remember the days I used to have this back and forth with, my boss, especially when you're working in the team. There's a lot of changes that happen, and it's frustrating, but you don't want to always say your frustrations. So you need to put some methods that is going to be able to avoid some of this back and forth. You understand? So please create organized pages. Understand? Another thing I used to do is that I used to separate onboarding. There's sometimes I'll go onboarding, then I'm also going to go the dashboard itself. Then I'm going to go, you can say KYC, sign up, cross buying. So I have different flows for each of them. So at this point, I'm not committing too many files, at the same time. I'm not committing too many designs on one page where there'll be too many decisions that will happen. I'm trying to simplify. If they say they want a flow for KYC, I'm just going to go here. Some people will put all their, look at what I did here. I put all my designs here. I see all the flows, everything. So it's looking really, really tiring. And I have to start looking for, okay, where is this thing? Where is this thing? That's not cool. So it's very important that you, document your history. You understand? And so, and I actually learned this also. It's just something about show version history, whereby you can pick a version that you saved long time ago. Okay, let me use a real file. So I just discovered this. I was having a conversation with Figma itself because I made a complaint about payment or something. So we had a Zoom meeting and they were showing me some things that we don't even know. In fact, guys, let me tell you the truth. We are not even using Figma. all of us that are using free account, is scam. If you see what the paid account, if you see the features they have, it's crazier. They have merge, they can merge stuff. You can basically be designing something here and click on update, and the one in page 1 will go and update. Basically, all the flows that you have done in page 5 will update in page 1. So instead of me having to do all this duplicate, because they saw the way I was doing all this duplicate, they were like, no, you don't need all this. You can design in your other files and you update and all the flows. I was like, this is crazy, you understand? So I kind of learned this one. So these are my old versions. If I want to see what I did last week, maybe they canceled what I did this week. They said they don't want to go with what I did like December 2021 or 2022. I can just click here and Figma is going to load the version for me. So this is the old version. It's going to load this version for me. And it's going to put it in view only. So I can just come and I can duplicate it. You can say I can duplicate it. And when I duplicate it, I'll just go and copy, or I can reshare this link or copy all the components wherever it is or wherever link, and I'll just update the new distance. So that is some things that I'm just discovering that I would like to share. You understand? So yeah, so any other question? Any question? Okay, if there's no question, let me see if I have more stuff. Okay, yes, adding dev notes for handover. So if you look at this now, you would see a kind of note that I put here, right? So it's very, very good that when you are designing some things, when you are designing an application, you can add notes. You understand? So let me see if I can look for the app that I designed, that I used some notes for. Okay, so somebody's asking, please, can you recommend a solid resource for design library and component library? The only resource I have right now is Figma community. I don't really go out, like start looking for stuff because I create things myself. So please, the Figma community is solid enough to get what you need. So this is a note. Okay, developers work with this file. So password should include blah, blah. So apart from the fact that you did the prototype properly, have some sort of load. You understand? So drop down value is 000 at 10%. So some of them, they will go and put their own overload because they have a lot of custom stuff. And they also have code libraries like that. So they won't even use what you design. If you tell them overlay, they'll just use any overlay they see. So it's very important that you had notes where you are designing. So you can have a component, you can see this is a component, you can have a component of notes, and you can always drag them. Just go to your assets, click on type notes, and you just drag. Okay, when you drag, you edit it, type whatever you want to type. And you can just drag any notes, basically, right? Because I've done several of it. So that's another one. Let's see if I still have. Okay, so we've talked about this. Always prototype from subcomponents or from components. So rather than having to start doing component, do this one, do the prototype for this. Some people will do prototype. They'll put the prototype here. So if I want to set up a prototype, I'll just pick this guy and say, you go like this. Anytime these components or this instance, right, appears in any of this design, okay, you come this way. Customers, payout history, referral program. Okay, I've not done the design for that. Settings. Understand. Now that I've done this, I'll now copy this and say this guy, select all with the same instances, then copy paste to replace all of them. Now everything has taken all my components, and when I play my UI, they are going to be very functional. So don't be doing things one after the other. Don't go to this page, do a prototype, then go to this place and take this, or say a dashboard. That's just a longer, that's not speed. Okay, that's not being an expert. So you can see it's very, very functional. Okay, the only thing you can now do now is you can say, obviously I've set up my, so I can do something like this, variant. So I don't know, variants and settings, right? And for the dashboard also, which I've not done. So you can see this works very clean. You don't have to be doing a lot of, you can see I've finished 5 pages. I've done all the user flow. I've done all the clickings and all those things. Looking very sharp, you understand? So that's another one that I feel like we could share. And the last one is designing responsiveness side by side. This one is very important. I learned this in where did I learn this? I learned it when I was doing bonus pay. So so bonus pay, kind of like, when they gave me this project, they were like, they need something fast. So this project was 3 months, and because I'm a freelancer, I want to do it in 1 week, that kind of thing. So anytime, so let me copy this. So anytime I do a UI like this, right? Let me close it. Anytime I do a UI like this, so what I'll do is that beside it, I'm going to add, let's say, I'll add the responsiveness beside it. So let me use iPhone 13, and let me also use tablet. So iPad Pro. So let me put this to here. So because I've done my auto layouts, and I've done my constraints, blah, 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 blah. So what I just did is that I just copy this frame, which is an auto layout setup. I'll copy it, I'll paste it inside all of them. This is what I will do. Then I've done all my auto layout, so you might be seeing a lot of surprising stuff. So this is, I've set up my responsiveness. So I'll fill this up. I can just hide this for now. Then I'm going to take this one. I'm also going to like fill it up. Wherever is there, fill the container, fill the container. You can see I'm not redesigning things yet. So all these ones, I don't know what's happening here. I'll probably have to look over it. But if I can't look over it for now, I can just hide it so that I can come to it later. So this is basically trying to give my developer just to help them work better. You understand? So it's not coming. Let me just find a way. I'll just let's extract this. This here. Okay, org. All right. Oh, okay. This will work. Yeah, so I'm just trying to show you guys that I can do responsiveness in 30 minutes. I said 30 minutes. In 5 minutes, I can finish a responsiveness design that quick. You understand? So, and yeah, so I have this prototype horizontal. So let me see. Okay. No, let me just copy this one. And let me paste it here. So let me go over here, say 3 of you, org. And so I'm done with tab, right? I can decide to go this route. So I'm done with tab in how many? I don't think I used 2 minutes, you understand? And I can just say org, and I can just say something like, maybe 32, understand? Just to give it some sort of padding. I'm done with tab. And for the mobile, I've actually done mobile, so let me just do it for the sake of the class. So I have all these. By the way, if you want to learn all these things, you have to buy my course. Sorry, I know it's a lot right now, so you need to buy my course to understand. I showed my students some of these things. So you can just see me after the class, and we'll talk about it. So for this one, okay, I think I have to mobile exactly. So I have mobile view. So I can decide to turn this off for now. Okay, so I have this, and yeah, so I have, let me see, let me cut this one away. You know what, let me just take this off. Let me delete this. I'm just gonna bring this. And I can now probably give this 24, or depending on the design system, can give this, I can now say this to clip it and vertical scrolling. And with all this, I've finished my design, all the responsiveness in, I don't know if I use 5 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes. And this is how you, from design, being systematic about your design, be able to create. So nobody is disturbing you that, Oga, nobody is designing that, Oga, how did you do this thing? How did you take so much time creating all this thing? Because you already have all these things systemized. So if you want to buy my course, some of you are already asking, just go to, let me give you a WhatsApp number to chat now, so you don't have to be going through the stress. Okay. Oh shit. So just chat this person up on WhatsApp. 234-703-531-335 is. Okay, so yeah, or you can just go to eota.io, right? Or eota.io/explore. Okay, and you have access to the course. So I taught guys how to use this, and you can basically have all your system in place for this, you understand? So always, this is going to actually make you look very, very professional. I can just, let me just copy this and paste. So this is going to really make you very professional. You are very fast, you delivered, you move to the next screen, and you can finish all the responsiveness. You can even charge more. So rather than charging 250,000 naira or 300,000 naira, you can say this project is going to cost you times 3, you understand? Because I'm designing 3 responsiveness alongside. It's your job, but you have to package yourself, you understand? Because normally designers don't care about how, developers will probably come up with some of these things. So yeah, that's, I don't know, I would say this is all I have for today. Let me see if I have more. Okay, that's all that I have. So let me try and clean this up for some of us that are really interested in how the thing will probably finally come up. So I have this one. I have to go to the next system for this. So I can just say okay. All right. So anybody have any question? Let me know. Please, if you have a question, just drop your question so that I can, or just raise your hands so that I can give you the mic. We'll be ending the class very soon. Any question? Anybody? Yeah, so the course will be available. The class will be available on YouTube this night. I hope I've answered your question. I will send it to your emails also. Any other person? Yes, if you want to make a case study, actually just find a community to join. I have a community, so just find a community where you can be having some of these flex. You understand? You can be having some of these flex, and yeah, that's all. Physical class, yes, I plan to organize a physical class very soon, a master class or introduction to. We are still thinking about it, but yes, you guys, we just follow us on Instagram, and I'm going to tell you guys how to go about it. So you can come to my house. It's going to be in my house. I'll be there for 3 days, scavenging on product design and how to get better. So for the community, let me find the link for you. All right. Any other thing? Okay. So I'm trying to get, so let me just stop the recording. So guys, thank you for coming. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys next week. But if you are still waiting for the link, just wait behind. I will get you the link. So I'll see you guys. I don't know, maybe next week or upper week. We'll probably talk about design systems so we can continue this series. I'll show you guys how to actually start a fresh design system and how to publish it to the other files of your project, you understand? So yeah, so that's that on that. Thank you.